possession to start the second half as if they were almost in a neutral environment.
Giorgio to Vecchio, boots it through the end zone, and that'll bring out Simeon and the Broncos offense. It's both Virgil Green and Jeff Hireman in, and run the football with Anderson, and the Raiders are on him. Smother him right at the line. Corey James. Cousins beat him up for 365 and 3 touchdowns. Now here's Simeon. Taken down back at the 11 by Mario Edwards Jr. Back at the 15. It'll go draw with Anderson trying to get some of it back. And he takes it out to about the 23. So Richard takes it at the 35. Trying to spin away, can't do it. Tackled 38-yard line. Marshawn Lynch trying to test the #1 rush defense. Is split wide to the left, their tight end. They go underneath, and that's a catch by Patterson, but he's 3 or 4 yards short of the first. Jack Del Rio. 3rd and 3, and Carr pump fake couple times and over everyone's head. Big hang time. And just batting it out of bounds. His home record against the division, 3-1. And again, the Raider defense steps up, makes the play. That's T.J. Carey. Simeon's throw. Oh, it's right there for Fowler. Just over the reach of the Raider defender. Omaha, that. And looking down the field, Simeon. Incomplete, going for Thomas, and no flag. Offensive lineman comes in. Stevenson on 2nd and 10. And that's an immediate takedown by Mack. Devontae Booker up for the first time this year, coming back from wrist injury. He led him in rushing last year. 3rd and 7. Simeon floats it. Somehow it's caught.
You're going to see, it's just a jump ball, and it could have been to either guy.
Derby was the other one for snap. He's the tailback here on 1st down. And Simeon goes up top again, and he's got Derby this time. Derby tried to catch that previous ball that Fowler was able to pluck out of the air. And McGill, both inactive, sees Emerson go to the sideline. Here's a 1st down play, and trying to take advantage of it. What a catch! Oh, he catches it, spears it with one hand, and Derby finds the end zone.
Oh, and he's wide open, and you're kicking yourself the next day as a staff and the quarterback if you overshoot this. You guys didn't get a chance to see this, but Derby was the fullback on that play. Ran a wheel route into the middle of the field and then up.
Extra point is good by McManus, and he was a quarterback at Arkansas.
I mean, you're asking a rookie Markel Lee, 55, to defend a play he's never seen before.
Yeah. First time the Raiders had it was 3 and out. They go with Lynch. Give him about 3, and Pecco emphatically says, no, not in here. Got a flag out. John Perry's crew is in control of this one.
Ball start. Offense. 87. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Had a big part of the nation about to join us right in mid-play. Marshawn Lynch rumbles out to the 29 as we welcome many of you. We got a holding call on that last play against the Raiders, along with Tony Romo and Tracy Wolfson. Jim Nance here.
Holding. Offense. 61. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
They go underneath for just a few yards to Patterson.
I block in the front 4.
On 3rd and 16, Carr with a flag out goes again to Patterson and Darian Stewart, and that defense bouncing around and giving them nothing.
This will be declined.
Offense, number 72. Penalty declined. 4th down.
Managed only 128 yards total offense.
He was only sacked once last year, 3 times.
There's King's punt. to McKenzie with a flag out, and he turns the corner, and King can't push him out either, and McKenzie finally is bounced out near the 10, but there's a flag back at the other end of the field.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 91. Penalties declined. During the kick, holding. Return team number 20. That penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
On the Broncos. That's the one they stepped off as they are now back at the 10 for this first down play. And again, they've got an open target. It's Sanders. Simeon already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter as Jamal Charles busts up the middle. Played only 8 games the last 2 years total. Another first down snap for Simeon. And another catch by Sanders, or is it? Yes, it is. 28 yards. Jordan Tabor's coming as a wide out. They're going to run it. They're running with Charles. He's down to the 39. Key corner, Conley, and another member of the secondary, McGill. And Simeon's taking advantage and looking to again as he goes down the field. And a flag's coming out on Reggie Nelson.
It's there early.
Defense, number 27, automatic first down. Spot on the ball.
Here's first and goal. To the ground to Anderson. Once again on the road early. Second and goal. Out of the backfield. That's Anderson. Good job of pushing him out by McDonald. A slot. Third and goal. And timeout called.
Now they're going to get a false start first.
False start, offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Makes it much more difficult.
Yep. Third and goal from the 10. And Simeon surrounded, somehow squeezes out of it. Flings it. Incomplete. 28 yards coming up. And it is good. Now 5 of 7 on the season. 17-0. Outgained by 201 yards. It's a Bronco team that has not allowed a single first quarter point. And we just have a minute to go in the first quarter here as Patterson takes off. And McManus slowed him down. Kick returner last year as a member of the Vikings. And now Carr and the Raiders trying to go down the field to Lynch. Coming off his worst game in his 3-year career. And the give is to Patterson, who they've shown at running back. 3rd and 8, Carr's pass. Oh, jumping right in front of Cooper was Will Parks. King to deliver it down the field to McKenzie. 3rd punt for King. Oh, what a bounce. He's unbelievable. Marquette King. King's punt puts the Broncos back near the 5 to start the second quarter. And nothing there for Anderson. Anderson makes a tackle. And Smith gets carried out to about the 14. Coming up is Carl Joseph. That looks like they're already signaling move the chains.
Corner.
Is that what it is? Okay.
So I appreciate her for that.
Ball batted in the air. Reggie Nelson, and it's incomplete. Turns. Janovich, the fullback. Here's Booker. And that's his first carry of the season.
Here comes Oakland right up and then probably back out. Yep.
They do rush 5. The pass is dropped. And that is Corey James. Describe Jason Witten.
He's pretty good at that, isn't he?
Made a career out of it. Riley Dixon's punt to Richard. Breaks the first tackle attempt. And Oakland will be set up at about the 33. Raiders have had it. Still looking for a first down, and here they run it for no gain. The longest play so far is 5 yards. Here they are on 2nd and 10. Carr with a flag out, able to hit Cook.
To the pass, illegal contact, defense, number 54. Penalties decline. First out.
First down. Carr zings it. He's got it. That's Roberts with the catch. Again, Roberts stepping in today, taking Crabtree's position. That picks up 15. Washington with the handle. Into the line for about 4. 2nd and 6. Carr rolling out, throwing it, and incomplete. 2 defenders in the area of Cook. Carr gets rid of it quickly, and that's going to be short of the first. Cook, 4th and less than a yard. They ask Lynch to get it, and it's not even close. Had his legs taken away early by Derek Wolfe. To donate $10 to American Red Cross. First down carry by Charles. He's got close to 10 with that carry.
Efforts to help with the hurricane relief. They brought tons of suitcases filled with supplies, Jim.
3. Fake into the line with Anderson. Simeon airing it out. And over the head of Isaiah McKenzie.
Taking Omaha, 2 starters basically are out.
Anderson knocked back a loss of 1 by Lee. 4 passes. 3rd and 10. That was Mack putting pressure on him, and Anderson about a yard and a half short of the first.
It's a very aggressive call. That's pretty good, though. The 5-yard penalty doesn't hurt you. The only thing that happens is after the game, you know, there's always the guys like your coach, with too many penalties and blah, blah, blah. The coaches who are high thinking by the coach there, Vance Joseph.
Dixon to punt it, new returner back. It's TJ Carey, runs away from this one. And Fowler keeps it in the field. Play. It got batted around a couple of times. I hear your anxiety. Carr threads it to Lee Smith. Lynch spins around, matches his longest run of this game. 2nd and 6. Pump fake, looking right. No one there. That's the 2nd time somewhere in the area of Cooper who's been held without a catch. 3rd and 6. Can they get a conversion? Yes, they can, as Richard starts to kick it into another gear, thanks to Hudson and Jackson opening holes. Receiver at the bottom, 16. Here's Carr looking for a long ball, and that is Holton. He's got the catch, and he's got the touchdown. Snuck him in for the first time, and they go to him. The distance, 64 yards to complete a 99-yard drive.
As they go up, you're able to drag that safety and put him in a one-on-one situation, and Holton up on Stewart and just runs right by him. And it's just that deep corner route we saw earlier by Thomas, and what a throw.
The drive that began at the 1 when they went empty to find. After being cut 6 times, he has proven he can perform at this level. How about that touchdown, Tony? On the wrong way and
yes,
have a hard time fielding him over the shoulder catch like that, as Thomas has his first grab.
You're right, it's the Willie Mays catch. It's a really hard one.
That's what it was. ACL tear for the decorated rookie for the Vikings, Dalvin Cook. As the give is to Booker. And speaking of injuries, what about Jamal Charles? Let's go down to Tracy with more serious knee issues. Doesn't need to really miss any more time as Booker is able to get near the first down. Jamal Charles, though,
you want to get this one snapped, yes.
And that's Anderson. Goes low. Submarines for the first. Oh, we got a flag out.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 10-yard penalty replay. 3rd down.
How late was that?
As we come out of the 2-minute warning, 3rd and 11. Dump it off to Charles. And look at him go.
They've got to keep this guy in the game. I mean, he's just, every time he touches it, I swear they're getting him.
Here's Simeon looking down the sideline. Pass in the area of Thomas. And it's going to go against the Broncos.
Ball start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Hey, with this, throw a slant. Get the ball out of your hand.
Looking for another option and throws it away. As again, it was Edwards.
Defensive end, Irvin. There you go, Derby chip.
Pick him up. Gives Simeon the time. Now they're on him, and he pays for it.
Now timeout.
Irvin, the one to get to him, and
Timeout,
James.
Oakland.
Back deep is Jalen Richard. End over end. Fair catch signal. A couple of 52-yarders week 1 at Tennessee. Ball batted away as Cooper was tangled up with Roby, and again Cooper does not have a catch in this game. 2nd and 10. Richard out to about the 17. Big except for one play.
They got to hand this ball off.
3rd and 4, seconds to go. Richard and a flag.
Holding. Offense number 66. Penalties decline. 4th down.
This is where the quarterback's going to roll right and launch the ball out of bounds. It's going to look weird.
Rolling right, launching out of bounds, and Tony stealing the signals once again. Well done, my friend. Derby, who never ended up even cradling it. He just took it in all the way for bonus points. Fake to Lynch, roll out, flip it to Roberts, and a flag. Thrown about 10 yards away from that.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
To manage 101 yards of offense. Got a 1st and 15. Lofting it to an open man, and Cook could not get quite turned all the way around. The draw to Lynch. Can he get outside? Oh, they punish him back.
He needs to stand in and deliver this one.
Goes short, and that's Cooper's first catch, and it goes for only, well, not even a yard.
Throw the out route.
Oakland only 1 out of 18 now on 3rd down over the last 2 games. King with another good boot. McKenzie finished off near the 27. Broken clavicle as a starting quarterback, and season-ending injury for him. As C.J. Anderson scampers out to the 36, thing right.
You know what that tells me? This is a good run, a handoff there.
2nd and 2, and it's Anderson. Inside the 40, Nelson. Player of the year since Lester Hayes, 1980. 1st down, Denver. And Simeon is taken down by Mack.
I think it was Mack. And this is just a bull rush into a big guy. Oh, Mack right now is going, Mack's going, don't be on us. I just got a sack. Don't be on us.
There's no foul on the play. 2nd down.
He gets it, the trophy to his parents down in Florida. His mother has it. And here's the handoff. Pounded a 22 for Anderson together this summer when Vaughn put together a pass rusher camp at Stanford. Here's a 3rd and 7. And he's brought down 2 yards shy of the 1st. I'll try to take it easy. Here's McManus from 36 yards. The kick is good. And Patterson awaits the kick. Steps up. He's going to take off from 3 deep. Oh, and he's tripped up. Ball came out. Ball came out at the end. They rule him down. Well, by Denver's opponents, they've got nothing to speak of. Lynch and Wolf, who was 2nd and 7.
And on cue, Jim.
Yes.
That was right for you.
1,000-yard receivers, Cooper and Crabtree always struggled against the no-fly zone. Now, Carr, no chance. Derek Wolfe.
Cool was that? Bad if you're an Oakland fan, but great for Denver, who sent everybody on that play.
King, a rare shorter kick, and McKenzie shakes off the first tackler, and he's racing down the sideline before Luani has the angle on him, and King was there to help push him out.
Omaha, that. Go, go, go.
And it's Anderson. Another big run ripped off by C.J. Anderson, the Raider jacket. As Anderson stuffed at the line this time. Able to walk off the field. He's rolled up on 2nd and 11. Trying to get set, but doesn't have that chance.
He does get it loose.
Out. And is picked up by the Raiders. It's Edwards with the football, and he takes several Broncos with him. Mack over Stevenson, the first time Stevenson comes onto the field.
You know how amazing it is, though, to go get the sack as you're taking him down and then try and rip it with your right hand on the way down? Watch this. That left knee, though, down. Just can't tell right when the ball comes out. It looks like it's still in his possession at that moment.
You know, you're blocked on that view by Edwards. Could you tell the ball is moving at all at that point? That's the question.
It's moving there, but that's after he's down. It's big.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback's knee was down prior to the play. 3rd down. 28
In from the 28.
Hand this ball off.
Raiders on him. There's Irvin on top. No gain.
Well done by the Raiders right there. Into the wind here.
Not a problem. And the Broncos with a pair of field goals in this 3rd quarter by McManus. Short kick. And it's going to be run out by Feliciano. Continued on as he stepped up now to be Joseph's DC. Here on 1st down, Carr in trouble again. And 14. Pass complete for about 4 to Lee Smith. Shaken up here in Denver. As Manuel on 3rd and 10 whistles first.
He's so locked in on the defense, he forgot about the play clock. That's just coming out from the sideline and little things.
Lay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Play call. They're going empty and they're going to let him throw it.
It's over to Patterson, and they'll give him that all day. Picks up just a couple, maybe 3.
I think it's more to do with Denver's defense and how dynamic they are. I think, oh, here it is!
But King! Jordan Taylor was wise to it. There is a flag down in the area where he was tackled.
Play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicker, number 7. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
King right here.
Yes, that's exactly
the flag. How about going for the fake on 4th and 11? That's an awful lot to ask for. It backfired last week. Same decision for Denver up in Buffalo as Charles loses a yard. We are going to New York for an update. JB. Heading inside, 2nd and 11.
So now right here, this is what we call a sudden change, Jim.
3rd down and 9. Simeon on the slant. Has his man for the 1st down at the 4. Emmanuel Sanders sets him up 1st and goal.
Have to stop him here.
1st and goal. Ball up in the air. And it's caught by a Bronco.
Are you kidding me?
It's Sanders. Simeon's pass incomplete. Play today. 3rd and goal. Caught. Fighting for it. And thrown down by James near the 10.
After the playoff game, And he goes, I learned not to lose my quarterback.
From 29, it's not, no good. McManus. Lynch. Miller got him up high. Simmons down low. And Barrett gets the final part of that. Gain of 1, that's it. After traveling back from Washington overnight. 2nd and 10. Roberts. And we got Roby.
People telling me over here in the notes.
3rd and 4, and here comes Miller. Oh, they got in there close. King's punt, dropped, and then fallen on by McKenzie at the 33.
They're going to be fine on offense this year if Carr's healthy.
Here's Simeon throwing on 1st down. And Sean Smith with the coverage as Simeon gets knocked to the ground, and you're probably rushing the passer, even though you saw it there in that package. 2nd and 10 as C.J. Anderson is moving in close to a 100-yard performance. That gives him 94 on 17 carries. Simeon steps up into it and delivers a strike to Derby. Your game plan. That's what they're going to do with that lead. And Anderson for 2 more. Mack on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Anderson set back 2. That's Markel Lee.
Another chip right here off the edge.
Simeon's pass complete. Derby almost got there, but he's a yard short.
Bootlegs, doesn't it, to the other side of the field?
We're just trying to draw him off.
Yep, he did. He did the same thing he did earlier.
Five-yard penalty, 4th down.
And then go score again to end the game.
Punt. Backwards bounce from the 1.
Do as you pray. 2nd, you chip Von Miller off the edge.
Pass complete for 11 yards.
Come right out and fire to the sideline. They chip Miller and give him time. There, right there. See if he chips him on his way out.
And Wally really is a fullback. He didn't get him. There's up top, a man open. It's Cook. And Cook out to about the 47. He's yielding the first 2 first downs of the 2nd half for Oakland. And Carr has 3 in a row first downs down to the 32. 3 plays, they've covered 61 yards to here. Manuel gets it to Cooper, his 2nd catch of the game.
Heads up for something coming here.
2nd and 2 to Patterson. And he's got the first down at the 20. Stands in the pocket, goes to the end zone, and incomplete. That was Cook, who made a circus catch. Here they come, pass away, and it's dropped. That is Cooper's 7th drop of the season, most in the league. 3rd and 10. Manuel over the top, and it's incomplete. It was Cook. Unable to hold on after contact. Vecchio from 38 yards, and he is good. He's going to kick it away.
Oh, smart. He didn't kick it all the way to the end zone. Really smart.
McKenzie falls down at the 14. Been waiting a long time. 1st and 10. And they come out throwing. And that's Carey on the coverage of Sanders.
I actually love it.
Okay. Now we'll go to the ground, no doubt. As Anderson runs into the arms of Edwards for 2. Does too. He's standing up.
They're not pressuring at all.
3rd and 8. Mack is thrown down. No flag.
There is now.
And stopped 3 yards short. Yeah, now I look back. Was following the ball, but I was following Mack, and he just got...
Offense number 75. Penalties declined. 4th down.
Richard is all the way back, expecting Dixon to really crush this one, but he doesn't. It's off the side of his foot. And the Raiders are going to help out here on the spot. On first down, Olawale gets away from Parks and was able to turn a no-gainer into a pickup of 4, finished off by Miller. 2nd and 6. A connection with Roberts, spins around to pick up the first down. He pivots. 7 on that line for the Broncos as Manuel flings it over the head of everyone. Cook in the area. Johnny Holton at the bottom of the screen. It's over to Olawale. Takes him head on. Still on his feet. And actually gets shoved by a defender that may have knocked him even closer to the first. 2:20 to go. Clock running.
And they're going to give him the ball, Jim.
Olawale has it. Jameis Olawale. That will take it to the 2-minute warning. Backup quarterback E.J. Manuel. And we got a little twitch by the Raiders. Looked like it was Roberts in the slot.
Ball start.
From the 41. Fires it. Almost intercepted. Nowhere near Roberts. Harris trying to make a play on the ball from the 41. Manuel in the pocket. Down the field. And it is intercepted. Simmons with the pick. Out-battled Cooper for the football.
Is cover 2 on that side. We call it 2 Leach. And look at Simmons go up. You know what you love about Simmons? 31 right there, Jim. He is just about the most athletic guy in this building. And it's not really... This guy, watch the height he gets up and high points that ball. That's Amari Cooper who can high point him at the best of them.
Such a key win, too, for the Broncos because
the Denver Broncos.
I think a lot of folks underestimated how good this defense would be once Wade Phillips wasn't back. Credited, by the way, Wade Phillips and Mike Zimmer as 2 guys who really heavily influenced him in his style. Meanwhile, the Raiders will head home 2-2, having played 3 of their first 4 away from home, and then a 3-game homestand coming up. But the big question we'll all be waiting for is the news on Derek Carr's health.
If you're an Oakland fan right now, you're 2-2. You're fine because you're going home. You should be okay. And that's all predicated, like you said, on Derek Carr coming out with good news this week after the X-rays.
Well, we started the day by talking about one of the best rivalry games in football. You've, of course, so accustomed to those rivalry games in the NFC East, and now you got a little sampling of what it's like out in the West.